So today is about to be a crazy day. We're getting ready to go meet with Danny, and we're going to pick up the tape. Now, for those of you who may not know what I'm talking about when I say the tape, well, this is the tape. It's a VCR tape. I can't even remember the last time that I saw one of these things. And what's on this tape is from back in 1994 when Danny was at Walpole State Prison, and they were getting ready to do a cell extraction on him, when he refused to cuff up, and they came in there with the goon squad to get Danny. Anytime that they bring the goon squad in to do a cell extraction, they've got to record it. They've got to record it to cover their own butts, and they got to record it to just document whatever's going to take place. Is that prisoner going to try to attack the guards? Are those guards going to have to use excessive force? They got to document it. And the reason that Danny was able to get this tape is because he actually filed a lawsuit on the Department of Corrections when this whole thing went down. Now, this tape was at Danny's sister's house up in Massachusetts, and she's just sent this tape. It's just arrived today, and we're getting ready to go pick up Danny and then go pick up this tape that was sent to his probation office, because that's the only place he can get any mail sent to. Now, another crazy thing to mention about this is how are we going to take the contents of this tape and be able to see this? One, we're gonna have to find a VCR. I don't know where we're gonna find a VCR at. And two, be able to share this with you guys. Because not only is what's on this tape pretty damn crazy, it's probably gonna be the craziest thing we've ever seen, but the story surrounding what led up to why they had to do this cell extraction on Danny is absolutely insane as well. So this is really gonna be a major adventure, because we gotta get Danny, we gotta go pick the tape up, and then we gotta figure out how we're gonna transfer the tape to a computer so that we can get this on a video and Danny can actually explain this story. Any thoughts on how we're gonna do this?
Really? Really, that's the question I get?
I mean, because I've got no idea.
Look, I was just sitting back here thinking of where we can go to view the tape. I say we go into a pawn shop.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that too.
And ask them, hey, can we watch this VHS real quick?
They're gonna be like, what is it, like some 1980 porn?
Close.
So a pawn shop, maybe a thrift store?
I'm gonna make some phone calls. I'm gonna call some pawn shops, see if they got, you know, set up where we can pop this in and watch it at the pawn shop.
Yeah, we're gonna need to find something. We're all pretty green to this, and I mean, Cody is the engineer here. Cody, you ever watched the VCR tape?
Oh yeah.
Were they even around when you were a kid?
Yeah, they were. I was young, but they were around.
I've done a little bit of research already thus far, and I don't want to act like I haven't. I went on Google and I searched, you know, VCR tape to DVD or SD card. And there's a lot of places around here to do this. Surprisingly, Walgreens, CVS, pharmacies, they do this. Those type of locations are all around us. The problem with this is, though, I called Walgreens and they told me it takes 2, sometimes even more weeks before you get that tape back, because they got to send it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have 2 or 3 weeks. The tape is here now. We need to get this now. I know I say this a lot of times, but this is probably going to be one of the craziest videos we've ever done. You know, we've got the actual footage from 1994, Danny in a prison cell. He's told me the story. I don't want to tell you guys the story. I want Danny to share the story with you. But the contents of this tape, I feel like this is something you guys are definitely gonna want to see. All right, so we're just picking Danny up. We've got Danny with us right now. Danny, what's going on with you, man?
How you doing, Joe? Cody, Dave?
We haven't seen you in a couple of days. How's things been going?
I did a little work, and I was working out in Portsmouth, just little side money to, you know, pay cell phone and a few things, get around back and forth transportation. But it didn't work out too well.
So this was Friday that you went and did this work?
Yes, it was Friday. Actually, he's supposed to pick me up Thursday and never made it to the spot.
So he just didn't show up?
So I took my last pass, and I wasted my last pass to go and see him. So he calls me back, and he said he got stuck in traffic, which I don't know. Judging his character, I don't think it was it. I don't think it was the traffic. I think it was something else, something that what is it called?
An ulterior motive.
No, it's when you get high.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
he
it's
was just
something-
getting high.
I think something was wrong with him because after I met him the following next day, and then he's supposed to pick me up, he never did. So I ended up going down to Waterside, crossing the ferry. I never been out there, never been. In fact, this is the first time I've been on a ferry in my life, period. So I crossed the water, worrying about sharks attacking me, and finally I get on the other side, and he's supposed to pick me up. He doesn't show up. He doesn't answer his phone. I call about 10 times. His father answers the phone. So coming to find out, he's not the boss, the father is. I met him one night in McDonald's.
The guy that you ended up getting to work through.
Exactly. And so I turn around and he says, well, my van is not working, so I can't pick you up. But he's got the other van. I said, well, where's it? I said, you got his phone? He doesn't have. He said, no. He left his phone here. So he said, okay, listen, I'll give you direction to where he's at. Finally, after a 20-minute walk in the sun, it's hot, it's about 100 degrees, or it felt like it, I finally found him, not in one parking lot, but in the next one over. And so, but his father said, he gave me a description of the van. It's an extended van, dark windows, and it'll have the door open on the side. So I turned around, I found it, and when I walked there, I mean, the van looks like it's been whipped up by something in there, like a storm.
Like he's living in the van.
Yes, it had a funny odor, and his old lady's in the back. So I turn around and I call his name out, and he gets out, oh, hey, Danny, what's up, man? I said, yo, bro, you a boss over here, but why you living in the van? And he started getting, oh, no, this is just, we just tired, we did overtime and all this. Well, anyways, from there, we had to wait another 2 hours to start working. I was eager to work. I was eager to make that money.
And what kind of work were you doing?
Pretty much just ripping up carpets, demolition. Ripping up carpets, taking the floor baseboards off. That and attacking the hose down the carpet, and of course the foam underneath it. And other than that, I'm pretty much cleaning up after that. Now the funny thing about it is, so they bring me over to this place. It's empty. It looks like a mess. They only did one room in about a week's time. I ended up, by the way, I did 5 rooms. That whole I think it was I would say probably from 1 o'clock all the way to about 9:30 at night, 9 o'clock. I did 5 rooms while they only did 1. So everybody ends up leaving. His girl, him, his father, and left me there alone working all day long. He told me he had a crew. So he comes back. I said, what happened to the crew? But anyways, to make it short, so he pays me my money, and he's short. At first, he was going to give me $20.
He's going to pay you $20?
That's it. Just give me $20.
And you've been working since 12 to 9:30?
Yeah. Well, really, I mean, I'm not even counting traveling time. He don't even want to pay me for traveling time. So, yeah, he wanted to give me $20 just for that. So this guy, my mind is starting to spin, and I'm starting to get a little heated, and I really don't want to because I don't like going there. I don't like to entertain that feeling. So next thing I know, I turned around when I gave him I guess I gave him a serious look, and yeah, because he got me kind of mad. I said, what are you talking about, $20? I busted my butt for you all day long. What's going on here with you, man? What are you doing with the money anyways? How come you're scratching your face all the time? I already know what time it is. See, but I'm asking him to see if he tells me something. He gives me the $70, $75. I thought I was getting $100. He said, I owe you $20. So I left it alone to avoid an issue. And anyways, he gave me still short $20. Other than that, after that, I left. And then he wanted me to work Saturday, Sunday. And I turned around, I said, no, I'm working for somebody else, even though I wasn't. He's paying me $20 an hour. That way I don't have to give him no explanation. I don't want to tell him what he did wrong because people get offended. I'm trying to avoid an issue. I'm out here, I'm trying to avoid everything I can. So he comes back and texts me yesterday and said, listen, I'll give you $150 a day, man. Come back to work. Obviously, he liked what I did. He liked the speed I did it in. For an old man, believe me, I woke up the next day hurting real bad.
The one thing I want to say about the situation is the fact that here you go again, Danny. First was McDonald's, and McDonald's never called you back. And now this, I called you on Friday just to check up with you because we weren't meeting with you on Friday. We went to do a different video.
Right.
And the one thing that you tell me is you said, that's okay, you're going to work. So you're out here finding this side work. And I mean, granted, it wasn't the greatest work because of what you had to go through. but you're taking the initiative and you want to work, and you busted your tail for this dude, and he don't want to pay you nothing, and you don't want to play around with the money, and plus you think he's doing drugs, so that's a situation you don't need to put yourself around.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, you were able to resolve the situation without taking it to the violence, I think that speaks volumes about how far you've come in a short amount of time, or actually in a long time, considering all the time that you've served.
Yep.
You don't want to go back and work for this guy. Can't blame you for that. There's a potential that we could today, and I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but I hope it does. There's a potential that we might be meeting up with a buddy of mine who might have some work as well. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe it happens. Hopefully it does. Moving on, where we're going right now, Danny, talk to me about where we're going and what we're getting to get, and just tell me a little bit about that.
Joe, Dave, and Cody came, and they giving me a ride to go pick up this VCR tape. We're going down to see my case manager, and she's holding it for me, and it was sent to me. It's about using excessive use of force against me. It's 1992. It took place, and I got it through a lawsuit. I got a court order, and they gave it to me. I've had that tape hidden away for a long time now, and we're gonna go get it right now. We're on our way.
And again, the crazy thing about getting this tape is we got to find somewhere where we can play this tape, where we can convert this tape and get it on a computer so we can show it to Danny and have him explain the entire story of what took place during the cell extraction. You know, there's some other things that I want to talk with you about as well, Danny, and I don't know if we've talked about it on video. We probably haven't, but you know, since we've introduced you to After Prison Show through the videos that we've done with you thus far, you know, there's been a lot of people who have been reaching out wanting to help you. And one way that they've wanted to do this was through some sort of like a GoFundMe. And this is a website where people donate money to a cause. And the cause, in this case, would be you. Mm-hmm. You know, if we put something together like this for you, talk to me a little bit about what this money would do for you.
Well, I mean, I really appreciate it. I would like to get a place with it. I'd like to get a room, rent a room out. That's what I would use it for. And also transportation, like a moped, because I don't have a license yet. But first is I need housing. I think that's first priority. And that's what I would like to use it for. At least put it towards there. And hopefully by then I should be situated by then and help me out for at least a couple of months or so.
You know, I don't know what we would raise if we put this thing together. I'm leaning more toward putting this together for you because I know you could use the money.
Every little bit helps because I do got a lot of appointments. I have to keep every one of them. I got no choice, as I said in the other video. And not only that, I'm able to eat. Really, it just makes life a little simple for me. And not depending on, sometimes I'm away in an appointment and I miss brunch at the church because they feed us. And then only certain churches do it. So I might have to come from this side of town and go on the other side of town and matter in within 2 hours.
Just to get a meal.
Just to get a meal, yeah, lunch. And they change around every week. They take turns. Sometimes they change halfway through the week. But I have the schedule. I got a schedule, and I go by the schedule. I also want to make it known that, you know, prior to myself meeting these great guys here, I will always look for work every day. I just haven't been lucky. I just haven't hit the right person yet.
That lane's closed.
And I'm hoping to hit the right person who will hire me without being concerned about my background and my tattoos. But yeah, I go in the internet and I really don't know much about it. I have a hard time using it, but I've been trying to get work through the internet, and it's not simple because it's just too much back and forth, and I don't know where to go. Sometimes I'm lost. But yeah, I've been applying for jobs, of walking into places, Lowe's, Home Depot, McDonald's, Wendy's. I even went to Dollar Tree, you know, so it's not like I sit back and wait for them to come to me. I go to them. I'm hungry. You know, I want to eat. The only way to eat is to work. Take a left right here, yeah. And then take another right over here. And we'll go into that big building right over there on the other side. That's yeah, take a right at the lights. Then there's a parking lot. You go right in there.
Is that the tape?
Yeah.
We have. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, the older generation definitely still has VHS.
All right, thank you very much. Bye. Oh my God, they just told me that a going rate for a VCR right now is up to $300.
What?
The going rate for a VCR is $300.
You can get them in the thrift stores if they got them.
All right, Danny just came out of the community service board, and this is where he gets his mail sent to because he's homeless. He's got nowhere else he can get his mail. And you got a box. I don't want to show the address, but can I just see this thing real quick? So he gets this box sent to him, and inside of this box is this right here.
That's a headphones.
And this says 11 November 1992, inmate Daniel Sanchez, forced move, and some things I can't understand. And what it says on there as well, if you guys can see that, it says force used. We've got the tape. The problem is, we've got nowhere to view this tape. We've got to find the VCR.
Not even one that I could just come in and watch a tape on? Oh, all right, thank you. Bye.
So Dave, you've been making a couple of phone calls.
At least, yeah, at least she didn't laugh at me. The last lady was like,
So we're at Wendy's right now. We just ate lunch, and right across the street from us, right there, is this place called Hope House Thrift Store, Hope House Foundation Thrift Shop. And we've called them. They've got a VCR, they've got a TV. We're about to go in there and see if we can view this tape.
This room look.
All right. TV's on.
Right close to sucking on my Such a nice one, though. And they got a DVD, huh?
The other place you called, Dave, told us that VCRs were like super
Before you put that
expensive.
in there, hold on.
Yeah.
Ask if they got another video. TV's on. So our biggest concern is we don't want this thing to eat. All right, we're on the input. We don't want this thing to eat the tape. Danny's walking around trying to see if he can find the tape.
See if it works.
dude, is your tape even rewound? Not all the way.
Oh my god. Hold on a second.
It works. Yeah, we're good.
Hold on. Give it a minute. The music. We have music.
This is so weird. So weird.
Back in my days, yeah. Ayala, Captain Ayala, that's a sight.
All right. All right, let's just get all this. We're about to buy this whole setup.
The music in the background.
You're gonna buy everything.
They're talking to me now. That's myself. That sergeant right there, the sergeant was cool. Yeah, he didn't have to mess with me. Yeah, he's closing all the doors because they're getting ready for move.
Work on his haggling skills. I told him, just tell him, look, I got $12.75 cash because they're asking $20 and it's antique. I'm actually gonna take this to the other pawn shop I called. The lady told me that VCRs are going for $300. Whatever. See if we can't get a 220% profit markup on this thing. Golly.
I didn't even ask about it.
It's heavy as crap. Yo, take this thing.
I can't, I got the camera.
Oh, that light
You want to go
camera.
look at ties?
Oh, watch out for this bus. Look at all this equipment we got. We just got some equipment.
It goes on Amazon.
Tell them the tape is so old that we had to get the old equipment.
I mean, after we're done with it, we can take it to that pawn shop outside.
All right, so we're just leaving Hope House Foundation thrift shop, and they were an absolute lifesaver in there. Got the VCR. We bought a TV so we could watch this, and it was like 50 bucks for the TV and the VCR. We're gonna be sharing this full video with you guys, and we just had a chance to see just a part of it. We couldn't hear anything. But while showcasing this video and sharing this with you, Danny is gonna be telling the entire story of what actually transpired in this cell extraction.